What is up, guys? This is Stewie B from Team Envy, and today we have some slightly depressing news to tell all of you Team Envy fans. First off, I want to say thanks for all of you who have been supporting us over the past couple of months. It has been really thankful for the fact that you have sat and been with us all the way. For those of you who aren't with us but have watched the YouTube videos or have even I don't know, just subscribed, I just want to thank you. It means a lot to me that you have done that, and you are pretty much the best people that I can possibly even think of. But as I said, there is depressing news that I need to tell you about Team Envy, and the fact that we have hit a domino effect, and I'll explain in further detail. So, as you know, a domino effect, it can happen just by one thing. You can have one thing happen and several other things will be affected because of it. And that's kind of how, or it's kind of what has happened to Team Envy. A really successful clan has now become a clan that's pretty much falling apart. I'm not going to say it all started because of this person, but it's just one thing and one example of what, for you to get the gist of exactly what is happening without me boring you with the whole long story. We had a legendary player, B3, level 55, who was absolutely outstanding. I struggled to kill him, in all honesty. He played on low sensitivity when I first met him. He had amazing builds which made me change the majority of the builds that I was using from 54 and 53 damage to 52 to even 49 damage at times. And because he also made me realize, and from what I was doing, I was saying accuracy is good and everything, but I was also concerned about the damage. I noticed, and I kind of copied some of his armor builds at times in order to get a kind of gist of my playstyle that I wanted to start playing like, and it worked. But I have to thank B3. He's been there, I haven't even known him that long. He's been there for me, giving me the advice I needed, giving me what he did wrong in his first clan, which he doesn't want to see me do. And to be honest, I wish I listened to him a lot more when he gave me the tips. But of course, you can only listen to somebody so much before without making your own decisions. So the gist of it was that a argument broke out in the group chat. An argument that broke out between Josh, who some of you may or may not know as being BLR Gamer. I gave him the account due to the fact that he couldn't put any Zen or buy any Z coins on his JoshBum99 account because he didn't know his details. So I gave him my account, bearing in mind that I'd already bought Duplicity, I bought a few armors, but I'm not ever in my life going to hold that against him. He deserved it, in all my opinion. He went through pretty much shit to get to where he is. He went from a player getting wrecked by me every single game to a player who pretty much could become my rival in a game at any point. Which, to be honest, yeah, he's a really good player. He has achieved quite a lot. But as soon as the argument broke out, it was mainly because of the amount of people we have in our clan, and because all of our clan members want to be involved as much as possible in the activities that the clan enters. So recently me and Josh were talking about entering the 2017 EBL tournament. Of course, I said we weren't ready, but I was convinced otherwise by officers and leader, and like the secondary leader, Josh, about just giving it a go. If we lose, we lose. It will be great. It will pretty much be like a reminder of what we need to improve on. And so I went ahead and said, okay, fine, sure. We will practice, and you never know, we might stand a chance of coming close, and then maybe in a few years in the future we could actually win and get the prizes that everybody else has got. So yeah, admittedly it was fun, but then eventually people were getting adamant that they wanted to be in, and of course EBL is a 5v5 and me and Josh have to be there because we're the leaders. And then there was an officer who we were sure would be able to do the EBL and do pretty well in it. So we put him in, meaning that there was only 2 positions left. Of course, we weren't going to be biased, and Josh decided to do this 3v3, like 3v3, me, the officer, and Josh against 3 members to see who would get the chance to end up. And of course, after that happened, it kicked off because people wanted to be in, but they couldn't beat us in the EBL, or people beat us in the EBL but didn't realise when it was starting, so they were getting impatient. And so arguments was breaking out left, right and centre, calling each other names, saying that each other was rubbish and that they shouldn't even have tried to attempt to enter the EBL because they're never going to make it through, saying that you need to be pro to enter the EBL, which you're not, kind of basically roasting each other, which was making it very difficult to stop fighting happening. Of course, in order to be a leader of any type of business, if it's whether it's a leader of a clan, whether it's a leader of a company, whether it, like any type of leader, CEOs, founders, they have to kind of understand how to tolerate the arguing and do something about the arguing, do something to stop the arguing from occurring again and again and again. And sometimes you may get to the point where you'll struggle, but you still have to try and find a way to try and make it possible. Of course, it got to the point where everything piled up on top of Josh. Josh couldn't do it. Josh eventually got frustrated, weirdly joined a new, or made a new clan called True, which he also made with a member of Envy who he was having the argument with. And then pretty much kinda left, just up and left. He said that if anyone wanted to message him, they'd have to do it privately, you have to do it privately unless you're in the clan with him, and they'll have their own clan chat. So he pretty much upped and left. He left the chat, and then yeah, I think about 5 minutes after he left the chat and left the clan to make a new clan. Bearing in mind Team Envy and Team Eternal were a joint clan. It was supposed to be me and Josh leading the pair, both the clans, to kind of victory in a way. But he left, and then the domino effect happened. Because shortly after he left, the other members of the clan, the also pro members of the clan, saw an opportunity to better themselves and better their surroundings. And in doing that, they also left the clan. And of course, the girl gamer that we have in our clan, or yeah, still have in our clan, she hasn't left. She's not planning to leave at any point. She says she doesn't want to leave. She'd feel really bad if she did. She has been offered a place in IGOT, she said so if it did fall and fail, she would join IGOT again. But I wouldn't blame her. At the end of the day, she earned the position in IGOT. She impressed both the leaders, and they gave her a position. But yeah, the domino effect happened. One of our good players, Cyrax, and the other good player, FaZe Beast Mode, they decided that they wanted to make a new clan, and of course, the girl gamer hasn't actually got a lot of GP because she hasn't got duplicity yet. She had been grinding for GP for ages, getting 30 kills near enough every game, 40 kills on some, and she pretty much just spent the 17k that she built up without duplicity, bearing in mind, and she bought Cyrax and FaZe their new clan because she wanted to make sure that they had everything that they needed, which is pretty nice in a way. And I appreciate the fact that she did it, meaning that there was less hassle, less fuss. It meant that they weren't just sticking around because they were sticking around because they had no choice, but they were sticking, but the fact that they wouldn't have to kind of stick around because they'd have what they wanted. So they left as well. So when you come to think of things, that's one good player, a leader and a best friend of mine, Josh, who left the clan to join another one to make it pro. Joined by another player who was really good for our clan, really good in clan battles, who also left to join the same clan as Josh. Plus 2 other members who left in order to make a clan to unite both the clans together. Because I'm not saying I don't want to unite the clans together, I'm just not in the mood to unite the clans together at this current point in time. Which you can say it's kind of fair, because after all the effort we put into the clan, it's now slowly falling apart, and nobody else is having to deal with it but me, because all the players that left were officers. Josh was an officer, or was a secondary leader, but technically he was an officer. And Cyrax left, he was an officer. FaZe was a potential officer once we expanded. Joel was also a potential officer once we expanded, and they've all now left, leaving me to be the only one in charge, the only one to make the decisions, the only one who can pretty much save Envy from the pit that it's falling into. But pretty much as soon as they've left, I'm now pretty much alone. B3, I don't blame B3, so if he's watching this, I don't blame you. You've been great and everything. Actually, I don't blame anyone, I'm just disappointed at the fact that everyone just got up and ditched. It's pretty much one of those situations that you just can't help. So I'm making this my final word to you. The YouTube videos will be a bit slow, since now I'll be the only one doing them. But I promise you I will try to continue as hard as I can to edit the videos and upload the videos by myself. The girl gamer we also have, she's agreed that she will help with videos, but she can't promise much. She said she can do gaming videos where she gets high scores, but that's about all she said she can do for now, because she doesn't really have much. But I promise you, I will never leave NV. I'm not leaving NV. If NV does fall and I end up being the last person in the clan, and nobody wants to join, it builds a bad reputation. I will leave. I may end up leaving NV, but I will not create another clan. I'm sick of being ditched and left alone to deal with a clan because they think they can do better. So at the end of the day, if NV falls, I fall too. If NV falls, then the community falls. If everything fails, then I will just post videos still, but it just won't be under the name NV. I'll have to link a new YouTube channel in the description, and that will pretty much be the end of NV. Hoping that it doesn't have to come to that because of the amount of effort we have put into NV, but as everyone knows, you can't specifically help what happens. I'm hoping it doesn't fall apart, but it's not up to me to decide. I'm just saying what happens if it does fall apart. But like all the bad stuff aside, MV, if you still are interested to join and you want to be a part of the rebuild of NV, please drop me a message on PS4 or PlayStation. I mean, at Stubby700. I will put the I will put my username in the description. You have to do the capitals in the right places, otherwise it won't be me. But if you are still interested and you want to join and you have a PS4, then let us know. Just remember that we are also available on PC, so if any of you PC gamers are out there and you want to join and be a part of NV, then just let us know. I will contact the PC leader and get them to add you straight away. But I'm sorry that I had to tell you guys this. I didn't expect it to happen anytime soon. To be honest, I didn't expect it to even happen at all. But as you, it's pretty much life, and sometimes you just got to take life with a pinch of salt. People are going to leave some points in life, and you just got to pretty much take it and just try and improve. At the end of the day, never give up. Like, if something fails, never give up. Like, I know it might sound like I'm giving up by saying I'm never going to create another clan again, but that's because of the amount of clans I've had in my time. I've had, my first ever clan was SAS. I left TCRC, who was run by Titan Cole. I left TCRC in order to make my own clan, SAS, Specialist Assault Services. I think that was what it was called. I made that, but I made the mistake of taking in so many kids that when they didn't get their own way, they started to whinge. And that was mainly because we had no rules in play, so it wasn't if you're told no, you're told no. It was pretty much if you're told no, then there might also be a possibility that you could be told yes too. So it's pretty much a case of, like, after SAS fell because of adding too many kids, we eventually made STFA, which some of you may remember, some of you may not, but we also made TFA2. That also fell because players were just leaving left, right and centre. I got ditched again and left, so on the sly I did create a clan just for fun, for the sake of it, Satan. To be honest, it was probably the most successful, second most successful clan I've ever made. At the fact that we had 5 clan battles in that clan, and every 5 clan battles we had, we won. And they weren't against newbie clans; they were against like kind of biggish pro clans. But we played them games. But eventually we gave up. I did eventually join DNA. Which was a good success. They taught me quite a bit before I left to create oh no, I think I left to create Satan. So I joined DNA straight after STFA, then created Satan, then I believe straight after leaving Satan, I made I think I went clanless for a while. Then we made Team Eternal, and then shortly after Team Envy. But Anyway, I'd just like to say thanks to all the subscribers that we've managed to collect over the couple of months, and I would like to say thank you to all the players who are in Team Envy, who are still in Team Envy, or who left, but at the end of the day the clan was there as a community clan. You get better, you leave, so there's not much I can do but say I wish you luck and hope great success. But anyway, this is Team Envy signing out. Peace.